Hey, what's up guys? Danny Lightning back with another CSR2 video. So I'm going to show you guys the shift pattern to get the fastest time out of your LB Sharko or your Sharko whatever you want to call it. And I know a lot of people did not get the car, alright? They think they made the 500,000 RP and didn't get the car. Only personal RP counts, not the crew RP that you got from like the Prestige Cup as a large prize. We'll talk about that in a minute. This one's going to go on my CSR2 How to Drive / Shift Pattern playlist. It's called something like that. This one's actually really easy to drive. So you're going to hold down the gas and let go right around number 1. Try and get a perfect start. Then you're pretty much just going to try and get all good shifts in nitrous on second gear. The only thing is it shifts really fast, so you got to get used to the fast shift pattern. Alright, we'll talk about tuning and the people who didn't get the car in a minute. We're going to do a couple runs and then we're going to look at the dyno and then we'll talk about that other stuff. Alright. 3, 2, 1, let go. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Now if you can get every single shift into the orange, which I did not, you will beat your dyno time on this car. But you got to get every shift in the orange, which is very hard to do because it is a very fast shift pattern. There I got a 9.735 with a dyno time of 9.733. So if I would have got my shifts just a little bit better, that would have beat the dyno time. But I at least got really close to the dyno. I think when this is fully maxed out, it's a lot easier to beat your dyno time with. But when it's not maxed out, it's a little harder. I do have all the stage 6 parts on this, but I am missing a lot of fusion parts, okay? I did have, if you can buy and strip the Lamborghini Hurican from the dealership, the one with no stars that you can buy in there, alright, in the tier 5 dealership part, you can buy and strip those to get parts for this. And when those drop stage 6 parts, that will drop stage 6 parts for this car. Also, the Lamborghini Silhouette is coming out in a couple weeks here. I think that's next season's milestone prize car. It also shares parts with the Lamborghini Huracan in the dealership. So you guys might want to start buying and stripping some extra Lamborghinis. 3, 2, 1, let go. Second, third. Oh, I buried the needle. If I wouldn't have buried the needle, I think I would have beat dyno time right there. But anyways, you get the idea. It's a very easy, straightforward shift pattern that just shifts really fast, and that does take some getting used to. But that was a really bad time because I didn't shift quick enough in the third gear or whatever that was, and I buried the needle. So, first off, alright, we're going to look at the tune really quick, and then we're going to talk about the people who did not get it. So the first thing I did on this car was I moved my final drive over to the left until the Evo points got as high as possible. It doesn't matter which part you tune first on a lot of these cars. On this car, tune your final drive first. Now, pull your tire after you've tuned the final drive. Pull your tires all the way down until you get the highest amount of Evo points possible, and then finally go up to your nitrous and move it. All right, move your nitrous until it gets the highest Evo points possible. All right, and then you've got a really good tune on this car. And like I said, you can't copy somebody else's tune unless your parts match theirs exactly. On this car, you'll probably, I don't know, it's a weird car. The tires go down to 8 PSI pretty quickly. So your tires may or may not be at 8 PSI. Your final drive may or may not be at 4.23. And your nitrous may or may not be all the way up. So, alright, so the RP you had to get to earn this car, you had to score 500,000 personal RP. Personal RP comes from races themselves. It doesn't come from prizes. It's not the big chunks you get from the crew cups. It's not the big chunks of RP you get from the Prestige Cup. It's not the big chunks you get of RP you get from a prize, from a showdown race. Now, when you race a showdown, when you finish the race, it tells you how much money you got, and right next to it, it shows you how much RP you got. That amount of RP counts. But when you hit the milestone mark, we're going to go look at that right now. When you hit the milestone mark and you get a large chunk of RP as a prize, that did not count. So, a lot of people are a little confused as far as this goes. Let's check this out, alright? Prizes. For example, see that 25,000 RP? If you hit the 2,000 trophies and you get that big chunk of 25,000 RP right there, that would not count. All right, that would not count towards your 500,000 RP. We're going to go ahead and do one race, and I'm going to show you exactly which RP does count. And you can only really get it by live racing or doing these showdowns. Also, if you upgrade a car and add fusion parts and stuff like that, you also get very small amounts of RP for all of that stuff. I'm definitely going to lose this race, but it doesn't matter. You're still going to get to see what I'm talking about. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that was terrible. I really screwed up on that shift pattern. It doesn't matter because that guy was probably running a 6.9 anyways, and I'm running a 11 seconds or something. But look right here. This is the only RP that counts when it comes to racing, is what you see right here. I got 252 RP for that loss. If I would have won, it probably would have been around 1,200 RP or something like that. I probably would have got 1,200 RP if I would have won this race. But the number you see right here is the only amount that counted towards your 500,000 personal RP. So you had to win a lot of showdown races. You had to win a lot of live races. And those were really the only two good ways. I know I mentioned this in several of my videos. I know a lot of people unfortunately didn't see that and didn't understand the difference between personal RP and crew RP. Okay, the Prestige Cup, big chunks, those are all crew RP. Anything you got from any of those other large chunks of RP did not count, guys. So if you're sure you made the 500,000 personal, make sure you contact support and say, hey, I made the 500,000 personal RP and I did not get my car. But if you counted in, if you think you made it, but you counted in all those big, large chunks from the prizes, unfortunately, you might not have actually made the RP, and that might not be why some people are getting the car. They really should have added a counter on the game so everybody could have seen exactly how much RP they had. That would have saved a lot of confusion, but unfortunately, they did not do that. So anyways, hopefully this video helps, and if you actually didn't make the RP and you thought you did, that's a bummer. But more cool cars will come in the future. All right, this is just one of the nice ones they were giving out for a prize. There's lots of cool cars in this game. This isn't one of the better cars, to be honest. It's nice. It looks cool. It's got the purple stars, but